Hi everyone, today I'm going to show you how I made these penguin cake toppers. To make them I used black, white and red modelling paste, and I coloured the white modelling paste with a little orange food colouring paste for the feet and beak. So to begin with, I formed about 30 grams of black modelling paste into a cone shape. And then I slightly narrowed the bottom to make it a bit more like a penguin. So once I'd finished making the body, I then made the candy cane because it needed time to set and go hard. So to do this, I rolled a tube of white modelling paste, and then I also rolled a tube of red modelling paste about the same size, they're probably about 3mm thick. I then used some clear alcohol to help stick them together as I wrapped them carefully around each other. Once the pieces are wrapped around each other, you can gently twist them some more, being careful not to stretch the paste, and then gently just roll the pieces together until they form one long tube. This is why we made the body beforehand, so you can judge the size of your candy cane. So next I made the white part of the penguin by rolling out some white modelling paste and just checking the size before I shaped it with my fingers. I then stuck it onto the front of the penguin with some clear alcohol and just used my fingers to gently tease it to the shape of the body, and then trimmed with some scissors. So next I marked the eyes using a bone tool. Just gently pushing them in just above the white. Here I decided that the white came up a little bit too far on the face, so I decided just to trim a little bit off with my scissors, and then I used my fingers and the blade of a blade and shell tool to reshape. I have made the white a couple of millimeters thicker than I normally would to give the beak something to rest and stick to when we add it later. So next I just stuck in 2 small balls of white modelling paste into the eyes and secured them with the bone tool. And I then did the same with 2 smaller pieces of black modelling paste. Finally I added 2 tiny balls of white modelling paste into the eyes for highlights at about 1 o'clock. So next I just made the beak by forming a tiny piece of orange modelling paste into a triangle and then sticking it onto the face, resting it just on the ridge of the white. I made the feet by forming 2 pea-sized pieces of orange modelling paste into flat triangles and just making sure they're the same size before I stuck them onto the bottom of the penguin. So for the wings I formed probably about a marble sized piece of modelling paste, each into a flat tear shape, making sure again that they're same size. I made these quite big because I wanted them to reach the floor of the penguin. So then I just stuck them on, holding it in place a little bit for it to stick, and then just tease the bottom out slightly before doing it to the same on the other side. To make the hat I took some red modelling paste and formed it into a cone shape. I then used a ball tool just to create an indent into the hat, and then used my fingers just to gently thin it out a bit just to make it more hat-like, and then I just kept checking that it was going to fit the penguin's head before I stuck it into position and secured with my fingers. I bent the top of the hat over slightly to the left and then used my blade tool to create some crease marks to make it look more hat-like, and then I used a small end of the ball tool to create a hole at the top for the bobble later on. So to create the white fur trim I wanted it quite chunky, so I rolled about a 5mm tube, checked the size before I stuck it around the bottom of the hat. I then created a little bit of texture on the fur trim using a bone tool, just gently pressing in all the way around. For the hat's bobble, I just created a little tear-shaped piece of white modelling paste and stuck it into position again, and again I texturised with the bone tool. If you find that after you've added the hat that your penguin is weighed back a little bit, just simply stick a piece of black modelling paste on the bottom and that should cure that problem. So for the candy cane penguin, I made the wings slightly smaller. I stuck the first wing into position that's going to hold my candy cane. And now as my candy cane is set, I just played around until I was happy with where I wanted to stick it. And then I stuck the other wing into position. Really hope you like this tutorial. Please don't forget to like and subscribe for more and hit that notification bell. Thanks for watching and Happy Christmas.